Good morning. I'm Kyle. It's Tuesday, the 5th of May. This is Okay, We're Up, a show where me and Allison roll out of bed and start talking about whatever happens. Allison was here about 2 minutes ago. She decided she didn't want coffee this morning, and then right before the show started, changed her mind and decided she did want coffee. So she's now getting coffee, and she will be back shortly. And so now I have to start the show by myself, and the chat is not showing up on the iPad, so that's cool. So I will be looking off to the side to see what you guys are saying. Today we got, I think we got some headlines. We got a weather report from Matt, and we'll probably do a wake-up call to whoever we think of during the show. And maybe actually wake someone up for the second time. I'm drinking my Zodiac white tea again. I believe that is all the different factual information that I can state as an introduction to the show. Let's see what else to update on. I'm possibly filming the Stellaris video today, which is cool. I'm having a lot of fun with that. If anybody hasn't heard yet, I'm working directly with Paradox Games to make a Stellaris sketch that will be going up next week, on next Tuesday, actually. And so that's been really exciting. I got to play the game for the first time. I haven't actually played it before, and then some of the crew members that have played it before helped me figure out a script for it, which is nearly finished. And I'll be jumping right back into that after this. And yeah, I'm excited because I get to do a bunch of 3D visual effects for it, and I get to use a bunch of the game assets because the company's actually sending me like stuff from the game. I think ship models and like alien portraits and stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be cool. And then after that, I'm doing Animal Crossing with Allison. We're gonna do at least one Animal Crossing sketch, and both of these have the potential to produce more sketches, so we'll see where they go based on how successful they are. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing, other than waking up stupid early and hosting this show every single morning. Also later today, I'm doing Half-Life Alyx again, so anybody who's been following that, be sure to come back around 4 p.m. Central Time. And I'm going to be doing the whole VR thing yet again. I think we're in an antlion cave now. Haven't heard back from Twitch yet about the partnership thing, so I'm gonna have to reach back out to our new Twitch friend Digby and see if he has any suggestions on what to do next, because the application did not seem to do anything. I really wish I could see the chat on the screen in front of my face, but it won't do. Yeah. So how you guys doing? Looks like Petite Trying On is here again this morning. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Phoenix Rising says start buying from eBay in protest. I don't know if that's in response to somebody in the chat or to me. But I suppose. Oh, hey, Allison's back.
Hello.
Save the show.
Oh my god.
Do it.
I'm in so much
right
pain.
Now.
Hello. Where's the chat?
I don't know. I won't show up.
Oh, come on.
I already did that.
How do you expect... What? You expect me to save things if they're not here? I can't breathe.
This morning's a little rougher than usual. There it goes.
So what have you been talking about?
I just stated a bunch of factual information that I could think of off the top of my head.
Anything
so
good?
that there weren't any pauses.
Anything?
Just talked about what we were working on the channel and streams later today because I'm doing Half-Life.
Nailed it, honey.
How are you feeling? How you doing this morning?
I feel exactly like I got hit by a semi-truck. And then he was like, oh no, and then turned around and then just like accidentally ran over me again. And then like 10 people came to help, and they all pulled me in different directions. The day after running a marathon is when I got hit by the truck, not the 10 people that came to help. That's pretty much spot on to how I feel.
And you're still up.
Here I am.
Still entertaining the people.
Dedication to you. And only you guys. No, this show gives me a sense of accomplishment and feeling like I've done literally anything. I will never back down.
That's a good way to start the day. If we don't start the day with a show, our weekends are pretty just miserable lumps of nothing.
I did spend my morning. I did internet detectiving. Chat.
It's not updating at all.
I did some internet detective work.
Yeah.
I can't read any of that, so if there's something...
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
The whole point of the show is chat. Maybe it's my iPad. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone, and if that's better.
Looks like it's in sync now.
Chat is?
Yeah.
Yeah?
At the moment. The last two messages match.
Alright. So my internet detectiving, I was on Instagram, and Instagram was promoting this, like, cute dress thingy that I saw that I've never seen anything like, and so I was like, ooh, I'm gonna go buy that. So I clicked on it, and then I went to a site where all of the pictures were, like, really nice. They all looked the same type of clothing.
Yeah.
But then underneath it was, like, really, really cheap. And then I look at all the pictures, and all of the models don't have heads. And I can't zoom in on the pictures. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's a fake site. So how do I find the normal site? So I did a reverse image search, and then everything that came up was not in English at all. And so I went to, like, multiple different sites, but they all had cut off model heads. None of them were in English. And so I was like, oh no. So then I went and I found a Pinterest link that had the model, and then it also had it had a watermark on it. So then I looked up the watermark, and through the watermark I found the photographer.
Whoa.
Took the picture for the company, and then I found the company.
Sneaky.
And I'm ordering dresses later. They're really cute. The end. That was my morning. Hire me. PI work. Allison Devery, PI. I would be the worst PI. Well, I was gonna say I'm noticeable, but like by the 5 people a year.
I think you'd be. What are you talking about? Your entire ability is disguise.
True. I should be a PI. I used to actually do what I thought was cool PI work, but was actually crazy ex-girlfriend work. Which is that I logged into my in high school. My boyfriend had a daughter with this other chick who was hellbent on ruining our lives. And so she was threatening to take him to court for beating his child. This is not a good story. Anyway, point is, he didn't. But I was really angry about it because I was in high school. So I logged into her email. How? Because security questions on emails are, who was your favorite high school teacher? Blank name, high school. There's only 5 teachers. Try one till it works. Anyway. This has been bad advice from Allison.
Good morning, everyone. Prince Steph says Allison is more KGB than Kyle. Yeah, obviously.
That is 100% true.
I feel like that was pretty.
This is so true.
Pretty straightforward.
I'm
actually,
super spy.
There was a. I always give untrue answers to those like security questions. I'm not gonna say what my method for creating the untrue answers is, but I don't give direct answers because I heard somewhere that people were like hacking Xbox Live accounts back in the day by just having conversations with people over Xbox Live games.
Yeah.
And, eventually it would come up like, so what's your pet's name? And then they'd get information and then they'd go just like retrieve the password from the account using the security questions because they're such basic questions.
True. Yeah. No, it's definitely accurate. Yeah, I just remember it was my first time, and like all the security questions were like, what street did you grow up on?
Right.
Google. Okay, well.
Yeah,
or
there's way too many
actually, what's even scarier is I could just ask my boyfriend the answer to all these questions. It was like, hey, you used to date.
Yeah, that's true.
What street did she grow up in? Typity type type. Who was her favorite teacher in high school? Typity type type. What's her first pet's name? Typity type type. There's her email. Anyway, I felt bad. I logged off. I didn't go through the emails. But I felt cool.
Felt like a hacker.
Wait, was that illegal?
Possibly. You may have just publicly admitted to a crime, but you were probably like 14 or something, so...
That's true. I was definitely not old enough. Well, I was old enough to know that it was wrong, but does having people's information logging into their accounts, is that actually
I'm pretty
legal?
sure accessing somebody's email account is a breach of privacy if you don't have, like, I don't think even the police are technically supposed to do that.
What's the
unless
rule
they're
around that? Do they have to go,
for it.
okay, you can log into my email account, and then is it okay?
Yeah, I don't know what like obtaining permission legally looks
Because
like.
I didn't hack it. I knew all the answers.
Right. But I think it would still technically not be. I mean, you could argue against it in court.
We
but
should
I
move
don't
on.
Think it's
Cops, don't come at me, please. Actually, if the statute of limitations on that is 10 years, then I've passed it, I think.
I think probably, yes.
I think water sepe is just dying in chat.
Why, dude? You use the bathroom whenever you want. Why do you always have to? Why do you have to ask?
Right. It's like that one time where the teacher
That's
is
the beauty
like,
of being at home and
where the
watching a
teacher
live
makes like
stream.
one joke about you going to the bathroom and then you never do it again, and you're just constantly like in pain in the classroom, and she's like, "Why can't you focus?"
The arsonist says it's unauthorized access to an electronic system and it's a felony. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't do it. It was a fake story, actually. You're allowed to make fake stories up on the internet to entertain people, right?
Yep, that's what we
That's
do every
probably
day.
not illegal.
Hawkeye
true.
says, Allison, that's literally hacking you just described. It basically is. It's hacking just isn't interesting.
Oh.
It's just hacking is not as exciting as.
So if I logged into your
as Hacker
email,
Fight.
is that hacking?
If you do so without my permission or against my express permission, then yeah, probably.
What if we never talked about it?
Then you committed a crime and didn't reveal yourself.
What if you were logged in on a computer in Best Buy and then I got into your email?
I'm pretty sure that it was already open. Also, probably doesn't legally count. But again, all this stuff is really hard to argue in an actual
What if you
court.
saved your password but then logged out and then I came around and then I clicked the auto save button on your password into the computer and then it logs into your computer?
I think all access without permission is technically illegal. Now, if you brought it to a court, the jury might go, well, you're a freaking idiot for leaving your password in your
True.
computer and might
True.
not be bothered with it.
True.
It's hard to say.
It sounds like people are having some rough days. It sounds like Water Sepe's dying. It sounds like Petite Trianon had some anxiety. It's bad
We're having
bad
a
week
rough
for you
time.
guys, huh?
Yesterday was kind of a weird day for me too. It was
Yeah, you were a bum.
I was out of it.
Hack the internet.
My schedule was off, and I think it just kind of messed me up. If I don't have, I did not expect to be able to feel so much better during this by having like such a strict schedule.
You mean quarantine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has helped a lot, and when I don't have it, everything gets thrown off. So since yesterday, I didn't have the usual everything didn't happen in the right order.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know. It was harder to keep track of the day or something.
Yeah.
Because beforehand we haven't really had like a schedule for years, but it's been surprisingly important during quarantine to like have a steady schedule that changes based on day of the week. So like we have a weekday schedule and we have a weekend schedule, just to like specifically mark the days and times. Having my VR thing once a week has been really helpful. Things
Yeah.
like that. Different schedules for different things on a calendar that we stick to has made a big difference for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that Vine that's like, do you really, really, really want to go hard? And then that chick is talking about how she wants to buy a dress, but she can't, or not a dress, but she wants to buy something, but she can't afford to buy anything, and she's been broke for years. And then her alter self is like, but do you want money? And she's like, yeah, I want money. And they're like, okay. And then it just has like an OnlyFans link at the bottom where she can go sign up. And during the whole thing, the song is like, do you really, really, really want to go hard? Because, like, you gonna commit, sign up for OnlyFans.
The Undertaker in a highlighted comment asked, "What if I hacked reality and in turn
What is a highlighted comment?
ate the multicolored Tic Tac while opening my mind? Is that hacking?" Yes, that is the ultimate.
What's a
form of
highlighted
hacking.
comment?
They can highlight their comments if they have enough highlight points or something. Excuse me.
That doesn't happen on this one.
Maybe it just highlights it to us.
Are you done? We should start a story.
You find a headline.
I found a few. I found one that's really cute. I'm gonna.
You know
read
they're
you-
making another Matrix movie?
What?
Yeah.
What kind?
I don't know. I heard about it a while ago, and then I stopped hearing about it, probably because...
It was a bad idea.
because plagues.
Oh.
I actually... Well, if... I'm really curious who's supposed to make it. If it isn't the Wachowskis, I'd actually be really interested in seeing it.
I don't know.
I'd love to see somebody else's take on...
I don't know.
somebody... Oh...
I can't tell the highlighted comments because they don't show up on our. on
Okay,
the
so they
iPad.
only show up when we're logged in, so they're showing up on this computer.
Oh no.
Highlight Gang represents.
Oh no. Oh no.
Everyone is blowing their channel points, says Pufflemaster.
How do you get channel points?
I think watching ads and like attending
Oh.
live streams builds up points, and then you can use those to highlight comments to
We
make
can
them
just
stand
keep
out.
watching this show. Wait, do we have ads on this show?
When you first access the stream, I think an ad shows up.
Okay, interesting. Anyway, I have a cute little news thing for you. Y'all gonna like this?
You guys stop using your points. We can't see the highlighted comments on here. We can only see them over there. We don't look over there. So you're wasting
It's
them.
very unengaging to have a chat where we're constantly like.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So there was an order of monks in Brazil in 1713 whose monastery was being eaten by termites and tried to take them to court over it. The termites. Have you heard this, Rick?
I briefly looked at it because I typed in
Oh, yeah. The
Go
termites
Live
didn't show
notification.
up, but were appointed a lawyer to represent them, who successfully argued that the termites were there first, so not only were they not guilty of the charges, but the monks were guilty of trespassing. The monks ended up forced to provide the termites with a replacement habitat. And that's why you don't fuck with nature.
Who paid the lawyer? I think I asked this question about the bear too, but like who?
Yeah, I think this should be an ongoing series of animals
Animal
better.
attorneys.
Yes,
And, like,
animals
the show,
better
too.
represented in court than people.
I want to make Animal Attorney the TV show.
Someone says, "I'm Brazilian, let me validate this." I think it's a cute story. 1713. Wow.
Pufflemaster
Who
says
Brazilian?
it's the B movie but termites. Is the B movie a legal drama? I haven't
The
ever
B
actually
movie
seen
isn't everything
B-movie.
drama. I haven't either.
Maybe we should. It's such a meme at this point. Maybe we should just watch it so
I've
we know
seen
what
the
people
B
are
movie,
referencing.
but every time anyone says B, it speeds up 5,000%.
I have seen that version, which means I haven't actually watched the B movie.
I like how it was appointed attorney though. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't like they were like,
So the
wait, we gotta
state,
make this
like,
fair.
like the country, the government paid for it, or
I
what?
guess so, yeah. I think so. Like I think I don't even know if he was paid. I guess he had to be paid, right?
I mean, yeah.
Termites didn't pay him.
Unless you just thought this is hilarious, I'm doing this for free.
I think it's a great story about how nature triumphs. I also saw another really scary story that I didn't decide to say, but I'm going to say it now. And it was that in 50 years, there will be parts of the world that are physically too hot to exist in.
Oh, good.
Starting in, I believe, Africa, if I remember the map right.
I assume just along the equator. Probably anywhere that there is land along the equator.
Yeah, it was specifically in Africa first and darkest. It didn't actually show like there were literal black spots. I assume meaning that like we just get cooked.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, good to know.
Yeah.
More reason to go to Canada.
And then there was this whole theory about how
And not Brazil. Sorry to everybody from Brazil saying to come to Brazil.
I think Brazil was also one of the scary
Brazil is
places.
actually huge, so I'm sure southern Brazil and northern Brazil are very different climates.
Here in Brazil we have a shamanic, I think that's how you say that, tribe that can make it rain through rituals. Government actually pays them to make sure to not rain on important events with our tax money, yes. Oh.
Huh. Interesting.
Does it work?
I didn't. Yeah, it's a good question. I didn't know we had multiple people from Brazil watching the show.
I think we had like 3, right?
At
Maybe the
least, yeah.
timeline's up. We
Oh,
have
yeah, that's a good
Lucas,
point.
we have Petite, and then someone else.
I just wanted to read a couple comments real
Yeah,
fast.
do it.
Autumn64 said, "I'd kickstart Animal Attorney." Agreed.
Isn't that what Ace Ventura is?
Ace Ventura
He's a pet
is
detective.
Pet detective, which is a different. Different. It's a different part of the animal legal system. We need court drama is different than detective drama.
You're right.
Pet detective also, I think, is C Zootopia.
God, what a great movie.
It really is. Princep says you saw Cats, but you didn't watch B Movie.
Are these the same category of movies?
I think B Movie is probably way better.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Cats is that bad.
Okay, maybe. Maybe. That's fine.
Princep says technically Harvey Birdman is an animal attorney.
Okay, but have you heard about Texas Law Hawk?
Texas Law.
Real
So,
attorney here in Texas. I think he's in Houston.
I don't know if this is a thing outside of America or even outside of like backwoods America, but I know probably most people have seen Breaking Bad and or Better Call Saul, and there's like the goofy law commercials in the show. Those are very, very real.
Yeah.
In the United States, and they're all over Texas. There's so many gimmicky lawyers in San Antonio. There's so many billboards. There's the old man with the hammer. There's there is in fact Texas Law Hawk.
Yeah.
There's
They always have like crazy names.
there was the guy in Austin, the lawyer who rocks, that has all the dreads.
Yeah.
There's like gimmick lawyer is its own job in
It's true,
in Central
actually.
Texas at least. I think along the southern United States a lot.
No, it's definitely true. I think their business is essentially like, well, I think it's a scam more than anything, which is like you make people pay up front and then you don't deliver services for a long time. You give them the ring around. Like, actually, I saw this really great thread the thread was titled something like, "What's something really expensive that only poor people have?" And one of the top comments was payday loans.
What are those?
I believe, I don't actually know what a payday loan is, but someone else was trying to describe it and made it comparable to when you like rent to own furniture or something.
Yeah.
But I believe a payday loan is like you have a loan, someone agrees to take over your loan and charge you like a more affordable rate or something. I'm not really sure actually.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
it's
there's lots of ways
basically
people take
it's a
advantage
big
of poor people,
money
so that makes sense.
trap. Right, and you spend more money doing that than most rich people would
Right.
spend on for like cars.
You spend less each payment, but more over time, probably, is usually how that works.
Right, and then you have to give up like collateral too, I think, if you don't pay your loans. And then those are where like money sharks come from. People die from not making payday loan payments. Like,
Yeah.
it's a whole thing.
I'm not sure if a lot of the gimmick lawyers are necessarily scams or if they're just not good lawyers who wouldn't be hired if they didn't have a weird character. So that's their advertising, you know. I mean, I'm sure they are shady, like they're not, because they're not part of actual like law firms.
I think,
but I don't know if they're if they're exclusively scam artists just because they have the gimmick. I think that's probably just the only way
Sure.
they get their name out there.
sure. I think that the only people. So I think it kind of plays into the mentality that I was like touching up on a little bit, which is that they know the audience who is going to call them, and they're going to cater to that audience, and they're going to deliver as much as they feel like they need to that audience, which obviously doesn't know good legal advice or practice.
Right,
Or
yeah,
else they wouldn't
yeah.
have called Texas Law Hawk.
Right.
And they usually cover really basic things like driver accidents. They're not going to cover like family issues, like family court issues.
Yeah. No, it's mostly like
And you notice
injury
that
settlements. Or
it's always
things
the
like
ones that are like, ever killed someone in a car accident? Call me. And it's like, wait a minute. That's your selling point. You're like, your selling point is, did you do something illegal? I'll get you out. So I think it kind of is.
I saw an even better movie idea mentioned in here than Animal Lawyer,
Okay.
which is from Phoenix Rising. So Law in America is now like professional wrestling. That's all anybody ever wants, and I also call dibs on that movie.
That sounds like a really good sketch, though. I'm not going to lie. That sounds like a really good sketch. I don't think we can poke fun at the lawyers, though. They'll copyright.
Yeah, we'll have to make up our own, which shouldn't be hard. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. Wrestling gimmick lawyers.
I like it. I like it a lot. I like how you're pulling out your phone to write.
I might be making a note on that.
I'm gonna find a new thing then.
Okay.
Listen, this one's also really cute. I think you'll like this one. Did you read this one too?
No. I saw something about Ireland.
Where is it? Oof.
I think I saw another couple comments on here that I wanted to read, but I forget what or where they were.
I keep not linking the Reddit link, and it keeps being a problem.
Watersepe asked me to tell a dad jokes.
Dad jocks. You know any dad jocks?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Oh no, I can't find it.
I had a few like dad jokes on tap at one point from a really good Reddit thread that just asked for a bunch of like lame jokes, and I've forgotten basically all of them.
I'm trying to find the thing and I can't, and I'm sad.
You're wasting airtime.
I'm sorry. It
This
was
is dead air.
basically about the Irish
What about the Irish?
that they are.
Make it up.
No. It was something along the lines of like Ireland. No, but it's important. Okay, so here's what it was. Ireland paid like a massive amount of relief or something to the Choctaw tribe because the Choctaw tribe back in
the
like
US?
I don't know where the tribe is. Probably. Oh yeah, okay. They pay some sort of relief, coronavirus relief to the Choctaw tribe because the Choctaw tribe once paid the Irish government $157,000, or I'm sorry, $157, just $157, for something.
What for?
I don't remember. I gotta read that headline.
All right, I forgot we only do headlines
We
here.
only do headlines.
We don't read the details.
But it was like something that they helped the Irish government like 300 years ago, and they gave him like $175, and so everyone was like, you know what, we're gonna give you like $50,000 to help with relief through the coronavirus stuff.
Wow.
So that was cool.
That is cool. I really want to know what they paid Ireland
I think
for.
Phoenix Rising says potato famine, and that might even be true, actually. That might
I guess
actually
it could
be what it was.
Or that's just the only historical event any of us know about Ireland.
Yeah. Yeah.
Half my lineage is technically from Ireland, and I don't know a whole lot about it.
I was neighbors with a squirrel once. It drove me nuts. You didn't like that one?
Wow.
Phoenix
Rising also says potato famine, so that may actually have been the case.
Well, what else has the Irish been through? Don't answer that. I know it's a lot. Don't come at me, Ireland.
Well, that was both for headlines, huh?
Yeah, no, but there's more headlines. We can't keep a conversation going. I'm sweating balls. I don't even know why. It's probably because I'm sick, and so I'm just like hot. And I can't breathe. Everything's hard, you know? Like just life. Also, my organs, rock solid. This is where I tell you I'm dying.
Sounds normal.
I don't know. You carried the conversation while I was gone,
True.
or you attempted
I had to start
to.
this all by myself.
All right. Well, it's an even more fun segment of the story where Allison can't actually just copy the Reddit post for some reason, so she has to make up her own headlines. So fun headline: the Evanescence song "Bring Me to Life" did not originally have the male vocals. They had to add in male vocals later after the radio wouldn't play it because they said the song was too feminine.
What? That's literally never been a thing. How is that?
They said it wouldn't. I think probably because it was going on like hard rock stations, like rock, not screamo, but hard. Like it was going into rock stations, and so they probably wanted to play stuff that would cater to their audience in the Bring Me to Life song. I don't know. It just seemed weird. But I actually listened to the song without the male vocals. Still so good. They're actually just not needed.
Yeah.
I know like everyone's favorite part is just like when you scream like
when you do the screamo suddenly in the middle of
yeah,
it.
yeah. And I'm pretty sure that guy stayed in the band for a while and they dated.
Yeah.
But no, that was really interesting because I didn't know that. Because I was listening to it, and so what it does is it has. They didn't add like any extra music. They just added lyrics over music that existed.
Oh, okay.
So like even when it
So it was
happens,
just,
there's
like,
like still the
interludes.
drum guitar riff of like him screaming, but his voice just isn't there.
Huh.
That had always existed in the song.
Interesting.
So they did a really good edit to make that happen. But I thought that was interesting. What is happening?
I don't know. People are spamming door monster emotes.
Why?
Eventually, we're gonna probably upload new emotes of like band crabs and like a natural one dice and like different things that we're working on coming up with once we get the partner status and the emotes are more useful.
Someone says, "Did I miss Matt Locke?" No, it's probably about time though, isn't it?
I guess we could could take a break.
We probably
away.
need a break from us.
Let me establish contact with Matt.
Guys, don't make us need chat mods. Come on.
What are they doing?
I don't know, freaking out. I'm gonna call the police. That's my go-to threat, and I've never once done it. That's not true. I have called the police once. It was on my cat.
What?
It's a story for later.
I think it's a story for now.
No, I've explained too many stories today.
Have you?
Yes. Another day I will talk about how I called the police on my cat.
Guys, don't let her forget that. Bring
I
it
called
up.
the police for my cat. And on my cat. It's a bit complicated. But I really just need to know what the weather's like. Matt Locke, son of Thor.
We're waiting.
On what?
On Matt.
What do you mean on Matt?
You ain't there yet.
What do you mean he ain't there yet? How am I gonna know what the weather's like?
I feel like I've established pretty well now that there is a delay between first saying that we should do the weather and then actually doing the weather. So you gotta come prepared to fill the gap.
I don't have anything. You fill
You
the
have a
gap.
story about calling the police on your cat.
It's not happening today. That's not what's going on today. You got to fill it. You fill it.
Ow.
I'm sick and sweaty. You do it. I swear to God, if we start needing stream mods for this chat, I'm going to just...
That was so much silence. That was such a long pause. I'm so
sorry.
sorry.
Yeah,
Ugh, good lord.
Stop making me carry this show.
I'm not good at coming up with things to talk
Pay
about
me
off the top of my
more.
head. No.
You don't pay me for this show, but if you did, I'd demand more.
Easiest thing is to start talking about TV, I guess. What are we watching right now? Watching
Modern Family. So good. Still good.
We watched it like...
Spawned a whole conversation about classism with my mom. It's nice. Yeah.
We can't just watch shows normally, apparently.
I can't
We
do anything
watched-
normally. Everything for me is some sort of political agenda sparking concept.
I watched Modern Family back when it first came out with my family. And remembered it being good,
Yeah.
but then haven't watched it since then. And saw a couple early later episodes and wasn't really impressed, so I thought maybe the show wasn't that good to begin with. But so we went back and got the first season, started watching it again. It's very solid, actually. It's honestly really funny. The characters are really cute. There's a few things that I hadn't noticed before that we were talking about, which are one, everybody in the show seems to us to be a lot wealthier than
No,
I
they're
remember
so
them being.
wealthy. They're so wealthy.
And it was mostly just I was watching it this time. I was like, oh, this show is very relatable to me, but probably not to everyone.
Yeah.
Because this is
grew up a
modern
ritzy
rich white
boy.
family.
You were the ritziest boy.
Um,
Yeah.
Also, I think I don't like.
Everything is political. Thank you, Orange Man.
I'm blanking on
Oh.
names. Oh, Matt's calling.
Is it time?
I think it's time.
What's the weather gonna be like today? I still have to fill the silence because it takes like 3 seconds. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, here it is. Here's the moment
Matt.
we've all been waiting for.
Matt, how's it going? Matt, can you hear us?
Going good. How are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that the crocodile hunter? That was a sad joke. He's still dead. I'm so
this is
sorry.
the crocodile hunter hat. Cheerio.
We got-
Matt, what dad did you steal that from?
It's my own father.
Nice. I can't hear him.
So-
Thank you.
So Matt, what's it looking like outside? Is the hat for weather purposes?
can't tell if he's waiting on purpose.
I know.
Oh, no one can hear Matt.
You don't want to hear about that. You want to look at a dog.
Popper?
Ooh, a dog.
Where is it?
So the weather is fine and the weather is mine, and the hat is for sun.
Well, it's looking pretty good. Good fashion choice. I think it fits you well.
He said now there's feedback and they can't hear him.
Thank you. I agree.
What's happening?
I'm not sure. I can't tell if he's actually on a delay or if he's doing the weatherman delay thing intentionally.
Haha, gotcha. That's called acting, buddy.
Okay.
Matt, I need you to eat your microphone so people can hear you.
What a day! What a lovely day!
Wait, what? What was that sound?
That was a stream notification that played over him doing that.
Oh my god. It sounded like someone was getting murdered in the background. Right, so the weather.
Yeah, it feels good outside. I can't remember what I actually said because I was focusing on my joke, but it feels good. It's going to be very hot later. I can feel it in my ankles.
Yeah.
But right now it feels good. Basically, if you live in Central Texas and you want to go outside, do it before 9 a.m. and then just have a good time outside when it's still cool.
Matt, do you have any like worldwide weather for us? Maybe like for the people who aren't in Texas.
Sure, yeah. It's raining in Portugal. It's snowing in Spain. It's lightning in Saskatchewan, and it's drizzling in Maine.
That all sounded incredibly accurate.
Comprehensive.
Matt, I read that in 50 years the world will be inhabitable in certain areas because it will be so hot that people will cook alive. How do you feel about this?
That's very optimistic. 50 years is gives us more time than I would give us.
Well said, Matt.
Yeah.
Thanks for.
Where would you recommend going when the world starts to burn?
Some rich man's bunker.
Fair enough.
Do you know any? Because if you're willing to share, I need to know
No one
one.
actually knows the super rich because you can't know the super rich because they are not knowable. They are inhuman, and we cannot interface with them as one can with a normal human. But you can be around them, close enough in striking distance, if you get what I'm saying.
I don't think I get what you're saying, but I'll think about it a little bit more.
If you
how
get
are
what
the
I'm saying.
allergies?
We're on stream here. I'm not going to commit any felonies on stream. Ding, ding, ding.
How are the allergies out there?
Good. I'm feeling nice and clean in the old nasal passage region.
That's good.
I just sniffed. Gosh, every time you bring up allergies, they infect me.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and cut this away so that we don't accidentally show more felonies on screen.
That's
that we
probably a
already
good
have
idea.
today.
Yeah, fair enough.
Chop the rich.
We'll come back tomorrow, Matt.
Hack the emails.
All right. Enjoy
Have
this
a good-
puppy.
Oh, yeah, puppy.
Oh, puppy. I can't see it. It looks like a chair.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh, there it is.
All right, that was Matt.
Why do you surround yourself with clearly horrible people who commit atrocious crimes? Matt's trying to karate chop the rich. I'm a professional hacker and have been for the last 50 years.
Maybe because I approve of them, but I'm too chicken to actually do it myself.
I'm anonymous.
You are anonymous yourself.
No,
yourself.
I am part of Anonymous. It's like a whole group of people, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You may.
Didn't I just
You would
criticize them like 3 episodes ago for not doing enough or
Yeah.
something? True. That's what I would do. That's what I do for myself every day. So,
Anonymous is the Brita of the internet.
Jaster Hit says, when there's nothing left to eat the rich. Eat the rich now. Why do we still allow them to happen? Take it away. It's dumb. The people that own Walmart make like $50,000 a minute. I'm not even wrong. They make something insane like that.
I remember some of the statistics of like it was like if Bill Gates dropped $500 in the ground, it literally wouldn't be worth his time to bend down and pick it up or something like that.
If you drop 5,000,
So
yeah.
I was like, I don't remember the exact
No,
number.
I think that was correct. I think it was actually 10,000. If if I remember reading the same thing.
I don't remember the number. It was a stupid amount of money. It was like if he dropped this on the ground, it would not be worth his time to bend down and pick it up.
Yeah, I remember reading something crazy, like if so-and-so bought like a $1 million house, it would be the equivalent of us buying a soda.
Jesus.
Yeah, like in terms of money out of their pocket. And people are like, but they worked hard for it. I don't care. I don't care anymore. You think that's where my priorities are? Your hard work? No. People are dying. My liberal is showing.
Yeah, just now.
Just now. No one's ever known before, but...
Lucas MD said, of course she's a hacker, Kyle. Allison's seen movies.
I have seen most movies.
Have you actually seen hacker movies? Is that a genre you've watched enough of?
Are hacker movies real?
Kind of. I would say it's like a subgenre at least. It's like...
And no one has actually seen hacker movies. We've all just seen one hacker movie and then all of the parodies from them. What happened to you?
I don't know where I don't think I've seen the original source of a lot of the hacker memes because they were all early 2000s, late 90s movies, and I think all the hacking tropes. There's The Matrix, obviously, but that one's The Matrix is already a bit of a fantastical representation of hacking, beyond most tropes for it, I think.
I'm loving these comments. Allison demands that the new currency should be bottle caps. Yes. I would prefer rocks, probably, actually. Guys, will we have another one of those pizza nights? Yes, it's the last Thursday of fifth Thursday of any month that has it.
Fifth Thursday. We don't always have fifth Thursdays. I think the next one technically is June. They only happen every so often.
Technically, the rich aren't people, so eating them isn't cannibalism. I don't know.
That's a picket sign.
True. This is how to protest. Oh my gosh, did you see? This is not good. This is coronavirus news, which is upsetting. But there was someone in like one of the Michigan protests that has a picket sign that had a popular and commonly used Nazi saying as like there's a sign they were holding up to encourage like opening back up the economy, but the saying it was something about work, but it was a common use slang to basically like encourage the Nazis to keep doing what they were doing.
Okay.
And then when she was asked about it, she was like, nah, it's just German. And she's just like sitting there from Michigan, not being German, having Nazi slogans on her sign. It was just really strange. Like, at this point, seeing those kind of things, I'm just like, maybe she didn't know. Like, maybe people just like Google something, like they're just like quotes, just like German pops up. They're like, that's cool looking. I'm just gonna scribble that all out for you. Just no other research needed. Have you ever done something like that, though? Have you ever just, like, surfaced Google something?
But you do it once, and then someone goes, that's a Nazi thing, and you're like, crap, I ain't ever writing something on a sign after doing extensive research anymore.
I, 100% remember, like, I'm sure that during my MySpace days, like, when you had, like, MySpace had your little picture and then a quote next to it.
Yeah.
100% sure I had something inappropriate listed as my quote because I never...
Yeah, I
remember having one quote and someone being like, you know that relates to blank, and I'm like, duh, I knew that. Frantically deletes my MySpace account.
I'm in middle school. I know everything.
I just like the mentality of, like... So, one, she either had to already know the Nazi saying, or two, she had to Google it. And decide that it was a good idea to put on her pit. Like, actually, I think statistically, it's at least likely that she's a real-life Nazi, and more likely that she's, like, a house mom looking for badass quotes about working, and saw, like, oh, it's like when people do Latin quotes, and they're like, this is awesome. I'm going to put this I'm going to type this onto my picket sign. I keep doing this. I'm going to type this onto my picket sign, and then I'm going to bring that. Anyway. I just think it's funny. I think it's funny if you think about it for more than 2 seconds.
Was it work will set you free?
Yes.
Ursa Polaris says that was on the entrance of Auschwitz.
Yes, that's what it was. That is exactly what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Oops.
Oops.
That is what the sign said. Work will set you free, yeah.
Duridian also said that earlier. I just didn't notice.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
so did the Sea Arsonist. Multiple people actually typed it in chat, and I just totally didn't see it as we were talking about it.
Wait, are lizards tasty?
I don't know.
Oh, it's
Some
about
people
the
eat 'em.
pizza thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just think that's I just feel like it's like looking up Latin quotes and like putting something like I swear I've put a Latin quote on my profile and someone been like, when you actually translate it,
It's yeah.
it's actually just
lots
a
of-
string of swear words. when properly translated.
Latin quotes really didn't need swear words to be deeply disturbing sometimes.
Let's see.
I had a thought on something to talk about, and it disappeared entirely.
The Nazis distracted you.
It did. Those darn Nazis. They're too distracting.
What are you doing? I
I'm
already
looking
read all
to see
these.
if there
I already
was.
read all these.
I thought a comment
Was it about pizza night?
started my train of thought, maybe. But Nope,
No,
still gone.
it's been silent for too long.
sorry.
I don't know why, but our chat is just
this
theorizing
episode.
about which animals are tasty. We've had
Okay.
alligators and lizards. I guess it's just
I
reptiles.
think we had this conversation already at one point when we talked about the lab meat thing.
We should do a wake up call.
Should we? Who we call?
Oh, that's that was a bigger
Hoping
question.
I just had somebody off the top of my head.
That was a bigger question than let's call your mom.
My mom.
Yeah, dude.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right, here. I gotta frantically search
We
through.
can call my mom on Friday for
can call
Mother's
your
Day.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. We have any friends
We
left?
can get your mom on the show.
We don't have a single friend. John didn't pick
We
up
have
that
no
one
more
time.
friends. We could try recalling John.
We'll try recalling John and see if he answers.
Okay. He probably won't. He doesn't wake up until like noon.
Let's do it. Someone says call Ethan. We already called Ethan.
We did. I can call Ethan again.
We already called Ethan.
Yeah, but I like Ethan.
2 people said call Ethan. We've already called Ethan.
Call Matt again.
Lucas MD says there's people who eat the 2 animals I hate the most, frogs and snails.
What?
How can
do
those
you have
poss-
animosity towards frogs or snails?
How can those be your least favorite animals?
You've reached Jonathan Curry.
Ah.
Jonathan!
Right now, please leave your name and number, and I will get back to you as soon as I can.
Should we leave
Thank
a
you.
message?
Suck a dick, John.
At the tone, please record your
Didn't
message.
work.
I know, I don't want to leave that
Recording.
message. He'll be so upset and think I'm angry at him.
Did we, Princeps asked if we called JP. Did we successfully contact JP or did he not answer
I don't think
either?
he answered either.
Should we try calling him?
No.
All right.
We'll have to save that failure for another time.
What you want to talk
We have
about?
to really just like pull these out.
Yeah.
I have other headlines. Well, I have
okay.
other headlines that I can make up.
All right, do it. Give us another.
Just
jumping
because
off
I
point.
originally linked the headlines and
It's
now I
like-
just have to make them up.
It's like starting a lawnmower. If it doesn't work, you got to keep pulling the string.
This
until
one's
it-
fun
until
because
it goes on its own.
all of the description is in Russia. So is in Russian.
Is it all the description is in Russia? We can't find it.
No, it's
and we have to
in
go to
it's in
Russia to get
Russian. Anyway, okay, so I'll just talk about this story then.
it. Okay.
I watched a documentary years ago about Russian Jesus. What happened? Oh, we can push the button.
Haven't heard from Ricky the entire day.
Yeah,
And he just types in all caps that John sleeps like a goddamn rock.
that makes sense, actually. I forgot we could push the button. We'll have to save
We
my
could push
Russian
the button,
Jesus
that's
story
true.
for another time.
Okay.
I'm just leaving you guys on a bunch of cliffhangers, huh?
Water Sepe says, Kyle, I am dying. Help me. So I think
Try some water, Sepe.
you gotta like do this and then you gotta like push and that'll dislodge whatever you're currently choking on. Something
All
like
right.
that. I don't know. Don't rely on me to save your life ever. it's not my specialty.
Let's do this one. No, let's not do that one. I did like another one, but I know your answer, which is you can have your dream car, but you can only drive it naked.
I don't have dream cars.
No, I know, neither of us are car people. I would probably with the ultimatum
Actually,
of
no. I do have a dream car. Fully automated, self-driving pod that I can just get in and takes me anywhere, in which case, yeah, I'll be naked in it. I don't care.
the answer is, can you get out
No
and
one's
put
gonna
on
see.
clothes? Well, if it's going to take you somewhere, you have to get out,
Yeah.
and then you'd be naked.
They didn't specify where I had to do the dressing or undressing.
You can't do it in the car.
They didn't say that.
You have to be naked in the car.
I will be after I get in the car. In my my
Oh, I see. You're gonna
my
wear clothes,
self-driving
get in the
car.
car, take the clothes off,
Yeah,
and then before
and then
you
go
go
to
into a new
sleep.
place.
while my car drives me somewhere.
Okay. All right. Okay. Fair enough.
Also, Wandering Wigmaleary says, yeah, but if it's self-driving, then you're not driving, so you can stay dressed.
True. But then is it even a car?
No. That's the
Exactly.
best car.
It's just
A train.
I would argue that that's not a
That's
car.
my own-
It's a street pod.
I want street pods.
I do too.
Cars are death traps that I have to spend a lot of money on.
One of them was like you could eat literally anything you ever wanted and it all tasted amazing, but you had to eat until you died. And it's like, that's still life. You still have to eat until you die. Okay. You can access Netflix in your head and watch things anytime you want, but you can never eat junk food again. I would actually just like the ability to eat junk food removed from
that seems
my...
that seems like a win-win, really. That seems
Really?
like a positive trade.
So I don't want to be able to watch Netflix at any time in my own brain. That seems like a disaster.
but what if you're stuck in
I
a
don't
really
want
long...
to ever eat junk food again.
Right. Sure.
So that actually seems like a trade-off. Like, the reward is you never eat junk food again. The downside is Netflix is playing in your head whenever you want.
I know I would benefit from never eating junk food again.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not gonna hurt me to not be eating junk food anymore.
But then someone orders a pizza and you're like, I can't.
Yeah.
But I have Netflix already, shrugs.
That's true.
A lot of these are just like the butt option is everyone you know dies. I like this one. This is an Ethan one. You would never have any loans or debt, but you can only eat pine cones. I have a pine cone story. Everyone's gonna hate it. I have a pine cone story.
Okay.
It'll finish off.
Sure.
This
Just kill this episode
This will
already.
really just nail this one into the ground. So I went to a daycare called Stepping Stone. And there was a homework room that only the most responsible kids would ever go to because the intention was to do homework. So you had to be the type of kid that did it when your parents weren't around. Anyway, I was in there and I was doing homework and I was one kid and there was another girl and there was like 3 little round tables. And there was a girl who sat like a whole table away, and I'm sitting there doing homework and I can feel her just staring at me. She's just like, and I'm like, probably fine. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And she was like, do you want to be friends? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So she comes over to my table, and on the table in the middle, like, was a bowl that was full of pine cones. And she goes, do you want to see something cool? And I'm like, sure. She was like super weirding me out at the whole, ripe age of 7. And so she takes a pine cone and she breaks off a little bit of it, and then she pops it in her mouth and she just like chews it a little bit and then she swallows it. And I'm like, cool. And she goes, do you want to see that again? And I was like, that was fine.
Didn't want to see
and
the
then
first
she
time, thanks.
starts doing like, I was so freaked out. She starts literally like heaving, like how cats do when they're gonna vomit. Like her back was like poking out, and she would just like cough and like make dry heaving noises. And then after like 2 minutes of that, where I swear she was dying, she just like holds out her hand and coughs into it, and the pine cone piece is there, like unfazed. And I was like, okay. She goes, I can regurgitate things. And I've never heard the word before. And she just like holds out the pine cone piece, and I'm like, no, thank you.
Was there an adult in the room?
There was no adults in the room. Anyway, she does it again. And I can't stop her. I can't do anything. An adult does come into the room that time, but like she also washes it the second time, and we're all just sitting there like, she's not choking. But that's all. That's the whole story. I went home and I asked my mom, what does regurgitate mean? And she just looks at me like,
what do you mean? What, you got a first-hand lesson on exactly what it meant?
you feel like that would have explained it, but I had
visceral image of what that word means.
More questions than I had answers after all of that, because I didn't know what regurgitate meant. I obviously saw her do something, but I didn't trust this woman's this child's vocabulary. I was horrified. I still remember it, like, viscerally. I remember this moment because no one has ever just like hacked it. But honestly, it was very impressive. She swallowed it for like a whole minute before hacking it back up, and it wasn't that long. But I just don't understand. And it was like untouched. It wasn't even wet looking. I don't know how she did this. Anyway,
Why a pine cone?
it was the only thing on the table, I guess, that was small enough for her to do it with. But
Well,
we did not become
Cool.
friends. I think later she bit somebody. Things that also happened at this
things
school.
that aren't surprising.
Things that also happened is like on the exit. This was an after-school care program, and there was the way that you left was through these double glass doors.
Yeah.
So like it was one door, and then it was an entrance area, and then another door.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
A
like
little
the
waiting
airlock.
area, and it was a rough place to be, but this kid was so excited for his parents to show up, or at least so upset that he had to be there, that we were all just like sitting around the playground, and then suddenly we hear just like this giant explosion sound. Turns out this kid ran through 2 glass doors to leave this place after finding out his parents arrived. He was hospitalized for like a month. I think he's okay now, but also I got punched in the mouth for stealing someone's tire. I tried to break my back flipping off a swing.
Today I learned Allison got sent to a prison yard as a kid and told it was a daycare center.
True. True. Yeah.
Eagle Scout
That
says,
was my
what
pine
if,
cone story, though.
what if she just kept it under her tongue?
Yeah, okay, so even if she did, the regurgitating like movements are more impressive than the actual regurgitation itself. This chick was like hacking. She was channeling muscles within her like diaphragm or something to just like you know how cats do like the weird bendy thing? That's what she looked like. This looked like something straight out of like Hereditary. I don't know, probably. It was horrifying. It was horrifying. So even if she didn't actually swallow the pine cone, I think the story still stands. It was a bad moment for me in my life.
Well, so what we got going on today?
What do we have going on today?
Looks like right after this, or not right after this, we have later today. It's me. We have business expense. I'm doing Half-Life Alyx from 4 to 7.
Oh, is that today?
Central Time. Yep.
Are we filming today?
Right after that is what is this the first Tuesday of the month, right?
Today is the 5th.
Yeah. So today is Playing Roles Live after my Half-Life stream, which is Ian, Ricky, and Rachel doing a role-playing game and doing voiceovers for all of the dialogue.
Yeah.
Which is great. Yeah, we might also film today. I'll see.
Okay.
I'll see what state the script's in and how fast I feel like I can finish it. But I might do some other work on it, like prep work on post stuff instead, and then film tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm just laughing at people deciding whether or not their childhood being more or less interesting than mine was a blessing or a curse.
I've wondered that myself
I
many times.
very much value the life that I've had, but sometimes I wish that it had been a little bit more nothing. But then I wouldn't be me, so I don't know. It's hard to tell. I very, very, very clearly remember that pine cone story.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Okay, well. That episode was a little bit rough. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yep.
You know, it's just kind of a coin flip every day. We see what happens.
Yeah. I'm in so much pain. Yep.
We're gonna go continue on with the day.
We
Please
are.
come back later for Half-Life. I had a lot of fun last time.
Those are so good. I was sweating more the last time you played that than I am right now.
I say fun. I definitely had like PTSD from that for the next few days.
That's why it was fun for me.
I had actual nightmares about
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I kept like I would just close my eyes and just see that thing like
It's
5 inches from my face.
It's truly horrifying. That monster, I was
thankfully
like...
it's dead, so now we can figure out what horrible thing is going to happen next.
I was going to say, oh, okay, well, if that's dead, then it only gets easier from here, right?
Yeah, that's how Half-Life works.
Yeah. Yeah. So when is that? That's 4 p.m. today?
And it's 4 p.m. today, which is
All right.
in 7 hours from whatever your current time zone is.
All right.
So if you can stop by, please do. I'll see you then. Thanks for joining. And
What is your time zone,
see
Kyle?
you in the morning, Central Time.
Central.
We are in Texas. We're Central
I don't even know.
Standard
I don't know.
Daylight Savings
I have
right now.
no idea what our time zone is.
Yeah.
I just pick Colorado and hope that's right.
Good
I
luck.
think it's also wrong. Okay, bye.